Hey guys, yo, what is up? It's your boy MoodZi back at it again with another video, and as promised as the review from yesterday, tonight we're going to discuss the inclusion of Bardock in the latest chapter. Now, certainly for anyone who can see the future, if any actually, some of you may have seen this coming. Other people, normal people like me, were sort of surprised. However, on retrospect, it does kind of make sense that Bardock has some sort of link towards the Cerulean race. First, number one, that if you remember, like, it doesn't actually add up the fact that this planet was attacked, but later on, it wasn't actually sold to Frieza. So Frieza's men weren't actual people who came and infiltrated this place. Otherwise, everyone would have been killed, including Granolah. So it makes sense that there was someone and something happened that intervened with the people that were attacking Granolah's planet. However, what doesn't add up here, to be honest, is how come is the only person who has any knowledge of these events would keep this a secret from Granolah? It just makes no sense. Why wouldn't he tell Granolah? Why would he let Granolah believe that the Saiyans had anything to do with this? Okay, maybe actually the Saiyans, at least most of them, have something to do with it, but how could he omit some crucial information like Bardock saving him, essentially? So basically proving it to him that not all Saiyans are bad people. So that's the only problem that I have with. I hope they do clarify that. I don't know, maybe did I miss something? Because it really doesn't make sense that all of a sudden, oh yeah, by the way, Bardock saved you, a man named Bardock. So yeah, and also for the people who do not disagree with who do not agree with Bardock being included in this chapter, yes, if you take Bardock from the Bardock, the father of Goku Special, I'm totally agree with you. It does not make sense that this Bardock would have anything to do with the Ceruleans. However, if you use the Dragon Ball minus version of Bardock, then it makes sense. Because I made a video about Bardock minus, actually Dragon Ball minus, and I talked about how that Bardock is just a trash character. Like, when I say trash, I'm talking about like how he was written, like the way that Toriyama was trying to convey him. And my major criticism of it, if you read the manga and not just watch the movie of Dragon Ball Super Broly, then you would realize that there is more than just pretty animation. If you were just enthralled and just mesmerized by the pretty animation, that you think the character of Bardock is really awesome because he has a sweet side towards his son Goku, and you're like, oh, this sort of like reminds me of Naruto and his father and all these other characters. Which is fine, since I understand that a lot of people in the Dragon Ball community are desperate for these sort of character interactions. However, in Dragon Ball Minus, it wasn't conveyed or written in a good way. The big criticism of like Dragon Ball Minus is that it really does tamper with the Dragon Ball lore. It does unnecessary changes, things that already been established, things that were sort of like pillars of the Dragon Ball story, and they just change it just for the sake of having this sort of like fatherly and motherly love between Goku and his parents, and how he's special compared to the other Saiyans, which is just done really horribly. However, once you take the fact that Bardock saved the Ceruleans, if you incorporated that in the Dragon Ball Minus section and we start to understand Bardock, and maybe we have a little bit flashback of Bardock saving the Ceruleans, maybe the story, remember if Battle of Gods, the story of the Saiyan that defeats the evil Saiyans by becoming the god, the Super Saiyan God, maybe Bardock is the original Super Saiyan God. Maybe there were a bandit of Saiyans, they were good-hearted, they got together, they did the ritual, and Bardock was the first Super Saiyan God, and his power, he couldn't control his power, so there was a time limit, and he just managed to beat them. Then the power went away, and that's why when he faced off against Frieza, he didn't have that power. So it makes sense, you know? And if you add these sort of things to the minus Bardock, then it does make a lot of sense that it adds towards his character. A lot of the things that makes Bardock, minus Bardock, fail is because Toriyama wrote that character as if we knew the character before. It was like, oh, this is Bardock, he has the bandana, he's Goku's father. Oh, you know this guy, but you don't actually know this guy, because this guy is not the guy you know, it's just a different guy with the same name. So that's where Toriyama really failed. If he wanted his character to stand out, then he would have written more development for the character. But no, it's just like him. Apparently, he figures out the Frieza's plans because I don't know why, he just does. And he's good-hearted, and all that fighting, all that killing, he says to Gine that all that killing and fighting made him realize that there is more to life. Like, there isn't much like build up towards that character. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm not trying to shit on Bardock. I'm saying this is a perfect opportunity for Toyotaro to fix what Toriyama has done. Not to say that I support that Bardock minus character. I still dislike that character. However, it is an opportunity to improve that character, since that character is basically, I don't know if you want to consider him canon. I don't know. It's very hard for me to consider him canon, even though he's sort of considered canon. Even though it's a part of like a spin-off manga. When I say spin-off manga, because it was there with Jaco, the Galactic Patrolman, and it's not part of the actual Dragon Ball the Dragon Ball manga. It's Dragon Ball minus, it's a prequel. But it's not part of the original like volume run, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I believe that this is a nice addition. This could be a way for the fight could stop. However, I just don't understand why the Namekian decided to lie. I hope that Toyotaro explains that, because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and if they don't give us a good reason, then all of these chapters would have been for nothing, because the Namekian could have told him way before. Now, again, these are just connecting plot threads. This is me being hopeful, and this is me being optimistic, because a lot of you guys think I'm a negative person. I'm not negative. I just like to say things how they are, and I like to look at things from different angles. So I like to give you my perspective, and I often find my perspective very different than other YouTubers, and I find that unique if you're someone who wants to find a different perspective, because it will be very lame if I just tell you what every other YouTuber tells you. So that's why I like to give you something maybe different, something that you could think, maybe something that we could discuss together. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you like this edition of Bardock? Do you criticize it? Let me know if you criticize it. I'm actually like interested to see if people criticize anything, because credit to a lot of people in the comments down below. A lot of you guys are actually pretty positive when it comes to Dragon Ball manga. So yeah, if you like this video, like it and comment and subscribe. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.